Hey, this is a screencast for Sociology 111 at Saginaw Valley State University, Introduction to Sociology, and today we're going to talk about how to access scholarly journal articles that you can use and are expected to use on your midterm and subsequently throughout the rest of the course. So far we've been using some ebooks through the library, and we've used some newspaper articles and news sources like CNN, USA Today, or the local newspaper mlive.com to gather our hot topics or our headlines for the day to discuss some sociology from a theoretical perspective. Now we have to move into the practical aspects of sociology and apply what we've learned as far as theory and perspective to methods and actual tangible research. And accessing scholarly journal articles is a connection to scholarly research, to practical applied sociological research, and then the results play out in the form of a journal article. In your midterm, I'll give you some clear direction as to what I'm looking for. There will definitely be at least 5 or 6 or something like that academic citations needed, and this is how you'll find them. First thing you need to do is open up a web browser and go to google.com. Once at Google, search for the SVSU library. The library's website is www.svsu.edu/library. Click on that link. For the purposes of this course, we're going to look exclusively at online and print journals. There you see the link at the left. Click there, and you'll get to the Zanow Library home for journal articles of the American Sociological Association. Their journal is the American Sociological Review. This is the latest copy. They send to me in the mail. I get it. You have access to the same journal online for free. What you need to do is make sure the title name is checked for the journal, contains, or begins with. You could do exact match, but that's very hard because you have to have the exact title of the journal. So to find the American Sociological Review, this journal, black cover, gold lettering, I'll type in American Sociological. I'll click right here on search, and it finds the journals that we have access to. We have the most journals of the American Sociological Review accessible through what's called JSTOR. Here you see the years 1936 through 2008. You have the same journals accessible through these links. Again, it's the exact same journal, but they have different years. I don't know why they get these, but they do. And clicking here would get you the same stuff as clicking here or here. The most recent ones are under the Sage publications. I've had trouble with that one lately, so I'm going to go up to JSTOR because that's been the most reliable so far. As you can see, it only goes up to 2008, so I won't have very recent articles, but that's okay. Click on JSTOR and ask me for my account login information. Here I'll type in my campus username for SVSU, which is also the first part of my SVSU email address, which you should all be familiar with, your own. Type in your campus username and my password, and down here I'll click Login. This gets me logged into the JSTOR through the Zanow Library of SVSU. Again, this is all free, it's part of your tuition, and it's just things you have access to as a student. The most recent it has here's the 2000s, 2008, 2007, 2006, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and so on. That's if you know exactly what you're looking for. And in this case, we don't, so we're going to search. Up here, we're going to search this title for a topic. Our most recent topic in class, according to the syllabus, this week is government and participation. Go back to JSTOR, and up here, I'll search for government participation. I'll either hit enter or click this search icon and see what comes up. As we've read Putnam during this class, we know about Bowling Alone and what that book's all about. Coincidentally, here we have Bowling Youth, How Voluntary Associations Influence Adult Political Participation. That looks kind of cool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click there, and it brings me to the first page of the article and tells me a little bit about the article up here, where it's from, this American Sociological Review, Volume 71, Number 3, from June of 2006. Here's the title and the authors. I can tell from reading this first page if I like this article or not. Most often it has the theory, methods, some results, a little discussion, and some conclusions drawn right in the abstract, which is this part right here in italics. Again, the authors are from Stanford, and the title is here. The abstract is here, this paragraph. This is very helpful for you to read your abstracts of these articles because it will help you produce your own abstract. You can see the format, how it's one paragraph, about 10 sentences, and the structure of the sentences. This one, talking about political participation, 2 longitudinal national data sets. So it looks like they didn't really collect the data, they just got it from a source. They didn't do active research like you will be doing in this class. Some results here. General involvement in extracurricular activities is important, but in particular, involvement in youth voluntary associations concerning community service, representation, speaking in public forums, and generating a communal identity most encourage future political participation. And that's pretty good for our purposes for this example of accessing an article and then citing it. You can see down here, Putnam is even referred to here and here twice, 2 different publications. So this is right in line with what we've been talking about in class. Now that I know that I want to use that, I want to make sure I save it into my Zotero. I go down here, we've talked about how to use Zotero. Click here, open up my Zotero library. Recall your preferences should be set to American Psychological Association. It's APA format. I know a lot of the rest of the college uses ASA, but for our class we're using APA. If you wanted to change to ASA, it'd be very easy. You could just do right there. But for our purposes, APA. I go up to the top here where it says Save to Zotero, the icon. I click it. Look down here. It's saving my item. Bowling Young, How Youth Voluntary, ... It's saved it right here. It's highlighted. Okay, how to view the entire article. I go here, View PDF. I click it. It asks me if I'm sure. Of course I say yes. And then it opens. Some of your browsers will open right in the browser if you're using Google Chrome. This one I need to open with the Adobe Reader, which is free. Should know how to do that. Click OK, and it opens the PDF. Looks like this with a cover page. Again, that first page has the abstract. Now what I'm going to do is open my OpenOffice, which is just like Microsoft Word. It's free. You can use it. It's compatible with Word and Microsoft Office. You can send me your documents in OpenOffice. You could get OpenOffice for free, so you don't have to pay for Microsoft. Just go to openoffice.org, download it, and set it up. And it opens up something that looks like Microsoft Word. Move this over here. And I'm theoretically typing my midterm right now about government and participation of youth. I find something that I really like in this article. You can either take it right from the abstract, or a good place to look is in the conclusion section. And let's see. In sum, that's something good to look for. When it says in sum, these results. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to type that into my midterm. I'll start off in my own words. Studies have shown, and now I'll start my copying. Copy that. Remember to add the quotation mark. If you don't, you've plagiarized and they can kick you out of school. Paste. Strong evidence. Copy that. Paste. And other school memberships. No period yet. I'm going to clean this up a little. I will take a lot of points off if you don't clean that up, so please do that. That's why we went to the Writing Center and learned how to use that resource. Okay, so now I've got my quote. I'll close out of my PDF. Remember that I got this from the Bowling Young article. Go here. I have my shortcuts set up, but you'll want your citation to look something like this, and then the period. Again, I have to clean it up a little bit so it's all the same font. Don't use size 24 font for your paper, but this is just to show you. And that looks good. Now, if I wanted a bibliography, I'd go back here. I'd control-click, create bibliography from selected item, copy to clipboard, APA format, OK. Come back here, paste, and that is my bibliography. I'll make it smaller so you can see a little bit clearer what it looks like, but this is showing you how to access articles. Go back over here. I'll find another one in JSTOR. I can just go search this issue for government participation. And here's some social policy responsiveness in developed democracies. Click there. Determine if I like it. Click here, save to Zotero. Saves down here. Here it is right there, the Brooks and Manza article. I'll create a bibliography, copy it to my clipboard, and paste it in there. Now I have two sources. I'll open the PDF. And there's evidences here. Let's say I like that. I would go to my paper, I would paste it, put in my quotation marks, remove that period. The period comes after the parentheses. I'd close this, remembering that it's the Brooks and Manza. Close that. Go back to the Brooks and Manza. Use my shortcut click. Come back here, paste it in there. Again, going and fixing my font, always important. And there's another quotation right there that I can use to start writing my paper. Again, I have two sources here and two quotations to start writing my paper. This concludes how to access, retrieve, cite, and bibliographize, if that's a word, sources using the Saginaw Valley Library. I'll have another webcast showing you how to find specific journal articles, not just searching, but specific journal articles that are required to read for class. That'll be next time. I do have to let the dog out. Thanks for watching. Find them. First thing you need to do is open up a web browser and go to google.com. Once at Google, search for the SVSU library. The library's website is www.svsu.edu/library. Click on that link. For the purposes of this course, we're going to look exclusively at online and print journals. There you see the link at the left. Click there, and you'll get to the Zanow Library home for journal articles of the American Sociological Association. Their journal is the American Sociological Review. This is the latest copy they sent to me in the mail. I get it. You have access to the same journal online for free. News sources like CNN, USA Today, or the local newspaper mlive.com to gather our hot topics or our headlines for the day, to discuss some sociology from a theoretical perspective, Now we have to move into the practical aspects of sociology and apply what we've learned as far as theory and perspective to methods and actual tangible research. And accessing scholarly journal articles is a hey, this is a screencast for Sociology 111 at Saginaw Valley State University, Introduction to Sociology. And today we're going to talk about how to access scholarly journal articles that you can use and are expected to use on your midterm and subsequently throughout the rest of the course. So far we've been using some ebooks through the library, and we've used some newspaper articles and connection to scholarly research, to practical applied sociological research, and then the results play out in the form of a journal article. In your midterm, I'll give you some clear directions as to what I'm looking for. There will definitely be at least 5 or 6 or something like that academic citations needed, and this is how you'll